Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Joshino and today it's that time again for some spicy speculation. Unfortunately folks, I have to apologise to anybody that voted in my Twitter poll, but I just can't bring myself to say spicy speculation over 1,000 times. So in my last spicy speculation video, a lot of you complained that I said the word spicy speculation too many times. However, I took it to a Twitter poll and, well, the vast majority of people said that they wanted to hear it more, not less. However, I am going to watch how many times I say it. But hey, let me know all of your spicy speculation as I go through my speculation on the data mining that has come out from the Paladins public test server. And I would like to say that a lot of these features may not be coming for quite a few months, and that's because the Paladins developers have said that they are going to be focusing on bug fixing over skins and other features that they're adding to the game, and especially new champions. And actually, I think this data mine is probably very loose on a new champion coming to the realm. And this has been data mined by Andre Barros 308 over on Reddit, so if you want to check out the post for them, then it'll be in the description below. Anyway, let's just jump into it. Nothing here is final, anything could change, everything could change before live goes up, or even they see the light of day, and their kit looks very simple actually here. The name is Tigron, and why is that important? Well, Maeve is a half Tigron character, so we can sort of assert that, I mean, it is like tiger, so this is basically a full-on cat person, we would assume. So adding alongside the Vulpine Pip, we may have a full-on non-human coming to the realm. I mean, most people watching my stream know that I'm quite the cat guy as well. Got a little Luna or Catino on the go, and she likes to make an appearance once in a while whilst I'm streaming and say hello to everybody. But anyway, let's jump into the abilities of Tigron and some spicy speculation because it is very loose at the moment, so be sure to speculate yourselves too in the comment section below. Anyway, the first thing is that they have 2,000 health points. They couldn't assert, the data miner, whether they were a damage or a flank champion. However, they were using the book model as a prototype for the model of this champion. So whenever they sort of start putting a champion together, they usually take abilities and like the actual graphics and things, and then use those to slap onto a prototype with prototype abilities. So the left mouse button is called Tigress Glaives. They do 700 damage and appear to shoot every second. Now, we actually have a lot of things like this. I mean, the Dragon Fangs on the Koga, the slashers, I guess are almost like a direct sort of damage, 700 damage-ish. There's the Zin slashers, which do sort of less damage initially, but then have that follow-up shot that does more damage. And this is where we can speculate on whether there is some sort of maybe extra properties on what a glaive would be. And in this particular instance, because it says glaives rather than glaive, it's probably not the sort of European glaive, which is like a spear, or like the Chinese glaive, like the huge glaive that the warriors use that sort of cleave through people, like a huge spear, almost halfway between a spear and a sword. Whereas this is probably referring to the more Japanese glaives that are almost like these very large shurikens that could be thrown out. So I wonder whether either you throw out loads of shurikens or whether there's maybe like big shurikens. One of the things that I found interesting with one of my champion concept videos was a champion that threw out a massive glaive that almost worked like a boomerang. I mean, anything like a boomerang we don't currently have in the game, but I think that would be a very unique addition to the realm and something that we haven't seen yet, although that is going into the very spicy realm right there. Be sure to let me know what you think would be interesting on a little bit of a different take to a normal attack. I kind of hope it isn't like the Koga Claws or the daggers or anything like that, but like I say, seeing as Maeve is almost like a ninja, maybe it's sort of in the Tigron's blood to be these sort of like ninja clans, or using these sort of ninja-y weapons. Anyway, the right mouse button is Tigron Heavy Blade, and this is where it's interesting because I talked about the idea of like the European and the Chinese glaive, which is almost like a big heavy spear that almost works a bit like a long sword but with extra length. And the blade at the end. And here they shoot something that pierces enemies, dealing 800 damage. And this actually has the symbol for Fernando's Fireball at the moment, which has a 10-second cooldown. What interests me here is that there is already in the Zin Yomi this sort of build, if there is only just the 700 damage, you've got almost a sort of Koga claw damage, plus that Tigron heavy blade, which is almost like firing out the Yomi, the piercing blade from the Yomi talent on Xin, where it goes through enemies and cuts them down. So I just don't know whether or not this would actually be interesting on a new champion, but I also hope that this too has quite an interesting property. Maybe they have glaives and a glaive, or like a blade. Maybe they carry a blade on the back that they slash out with, and then they throw these glaives as like main ranged attacks. That would at least make the character or champion very interesting visually, and maybe a bit different in that they not switch between the weapons, but like visually switch between the weapons. Not like Strix, where you have two different attack types, but just that you have a slash where basically you just drag a sword off your back or something and slash this forwards. That would be rather cool. Next up is the Q, the first ability. This is Tigron Barrier. This grants you a 2500 shield to Tigron with a 12-second cooldown. So it's almost like instead of the book giving you heal back, instead it is giving you shield, which is an interesting take, seeing as that it would take enemies having to take Rekka to counter you. Instead of, for example, like a book, you always take Cauterize to try and counter their healing. And what you'd think is that it would probably work a lot like the Ruckish Overshield, where you just have this personal shield. Obviously the damage has to go through first the shields, then into the health, so there's a bit of a positive there. I do wonder visually how this would work. If the character is this sort of tigery, sort of ninja dude, I wonder if a cool animation would be if they puffed up all of their fur and it like turned to steel, and then they had the shield like appear like that around them. The Tigron Barrier was actually just them literally puffing themselves up to be like this massive puffy cat. I mean, like the cats do it, they like puff themselves up when they're in danger. That might be interesting, but I mean, I guess they just go for like sort of the shieldy version. Maybe they'll have like a glint or a glimmer to their body or something along those lines. And hey, they may have sort of technology on them that grants them this shield. Maybe it's just like built into sort of a ninja bodysuit type thing. Anyway, next up is the escape ability, and this one is Tigron Leap. So you channel this ability for 0.5 seconds and then jump really high, which has a 15-second cooldown, which sounds a bit like the old book Heroic Leap, where you used to go pretty insanely high. And this could be very interesting if you literally go zooming into the air, almost sort of like to the skybox, like a Willow Ultimate or the Drogus Wormjets, literally just getting out of there. That could be rather funny on a champion like leaping up and then having some sort of jumping control. And they have shown how far it goes. It seems to go a little bit further than the book jump. They said that from the first Victor, so actually the shooting range has changed in this current public test server for 2.4, has changed from killing skies to killing Victors. A bit of a meme, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, or the Victor crumbles in this occasion. There's a bit of a meme with hi-rez in killing him in cutscenes and things like that. But he jumps pretty much all the way along the hallway in the training room, which is pretty far. But again, it just could be that it's quite cookie cutter at the moment. It's quite experimental, and that this could change, and everything could change. But be sure to let me know your spicy speculation on Tigron and what you might hope for a champion of sort of this cat-like race, sort of the full-on non-humanoid version of Maeve, if Maeve actually were a cat. There was also some data mining by Paladins Poland, and they found some more cosmetic things. So for example, they were showing off a Korean Androxus, an Androxus Knight, Terminus Steelforge, Androxus Steelforge, and Maldamba Steelforge. Now these three are looking to come in some form of new chest, the Steelforge chest, the sort of recolor. And I wonder whether this is going to be a pack. When you hear Steelforge, you think knights, like sort of shining armor and stuff like that. Maybe it is sort of putting them into this sort of knight mode, and it could even be that this Androxus Knight is also Steelforge. Maybe it's just another name for it. What else would you think about when you think Steelforge? Be sure to let me know in the comments section below. And they've also listed, I mean, this is translated from Polish, and it says Zloty skin Inara. Well, Zloty is Polish currency, so I'm wondering whether it's like a money skin, like a Inara. Oh no, sorry. I was reading this, Zloty, okay, Golden Inara, Golden Maldamba are coming soon, so that's actually cool. Also, they're talking about a God of War Fernando. I wonder whether this is going to be just a bring back of Ares, the old skin that they first brought out for the Fernando, which is basically the Smite skin. There's also a Transient collection. No idea what that is. So something interesting that is coming is Discord Nitro integration. And actually, if you are a Discord Nitro user on Realm Royale, currently you get the Battle Pass, the second Battle Pass, Ninja vs Pirates Battle Pass, completely free. And here it actually seems that you get some stuff. So you get the Star Pack, Goddess Pack, Obsidian Pack, Gift Giving, and you get a copy of the Founders Pack for Discord Nitro. So it sounds like you could potentially get a lot of stuff here for this Discord Nitro. So that's always just going to be a good thing. And also they're trying to link the Discord Nitro Steam accounts to the Discord Nitro client as well, so you don't have to just play the game through Discord Nitro. However, they probably are launching Paladins on that platform. There are a couple of things that are listed. That's Capstone Challenge and Secret Room. Now, these two could be new game modes / new challenge modes, silly things like the End Times game mode. However, like the developers have said, they're currently focusing on bugs and there's no development on new features, so these may not see the light of day for a long time. Also, things in development are maps. Lots of new maps actually. Throne Siege, Bog District Siege, Crossing, Eastwatch, Moss Garden, Sandbridge, Sierra, Undercity Waterway, Crenshaw, and Weld. We've seen a lot of the test maps, and honestly, the maps are coming out pretty hard and fast. Recently, siege maps at the very least, so I'm not surprised that they are actually going to be able to get more maps out pretty quickly here, and maybe they have some that are pretty heavily developed that won't need the extra development time, but again, it just depends how far along these are. Anyway, as always, that's pretty much it for the spicy speculation. What did everybody think about the spiciness of this video? Would you have liked to hear spicy speculation more? Would you have liked to hear spicy speculation after every word? Like saying, hello spicy speculation, my spicy speculation, name spicy speculation, is spicy speculation, Joshino spicy speculation, welcome spicy speculation to spicy speculation, a spicy speculation video spicy speculation. Well, that would be rather annoying, wouldn't it? And on that note, I will leave you all. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more of my content, and I'll see you in the next one very soon. Spicy speculation.